my god, the Kanaloa was destroyed by friendly fire? We've been lied to all this time.
Huh, okay, so here's another letter. The USS Walter Roy, a destroyer escort, sunk the USS Kanaloa with friendly fire on October 25th, 1943. It had held a developmental nuclear reactor in its belly and had been sent out weeks earlier as a test of its capabilities. Relatively few even knew of its existence, which tripled the base's confusion when the submarine's communications had been cut. No one outside a handful of us would ever know the truth. I would discover later that a weapons technician of the Walter Roy had been at Francis Salter's wedding. Salter was an engineer on the Kanaloa. I don't know why, but it's strange to me. Huh. So they're saying that the weapons technician purposely blew up the Kanaloa? That is strange. I don't want to think about it too hard. So the Japanese did nothing wrong! Okay. Just want to make sure there's no more anomalies down here. I'm missing 2 now, and it's going to really frustrate me if I don't get all of them. There's nothing on the pier. The map will just cut out. Kinda want to look up a guide at this point to tell me where the last 2 are. Huh. There's hardly one behind the car. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna look up a guide. I am now at the facilities in Fort Milner. There is this locked door that really infuriated me earlier, and I now see that it had a special lock on it that I couldn't get in. And according to the guide, there should be an anomaly in here. So hopefully there is. I don't know what the number to open this.
The one who gets the paper with Smee has to hide. The others search for Smee.
It's that games guy again. Hopefully I can get into the door. No, I wanted to... Oh, there's gotta be someone out there who translates all the Morse code. Because I just do not understand it. But I was enjoying the little bit of music that was there before. I wish I had kept going. That song always sounds so ridiculous, but I like it. Am I just not close enough or something?
I ask that the Congress declare that since the unprovoked and dastardly attack by Japan on Sunday, December 7th, 1941, a state of war has existed between the United States and the Japanese Empire. I ask...
I can't remember who was president in 1941. Oh my god, this door is annoying me so much. Why won't you let me in? There we go. Finally! Maybe go through all that just to open this door. Just so that I can be a completionist. Yeah, here we go. Here it is. Please be easy to find.
Time for Fina, Lima,
Oh!
Echo, Papa. In the middle of things.
That's the room with the beds that I thought was creepy. Okay, that makes sense that there is something in that room. And not just a conversation. And we're not gonna start playing Outlast in the middle of this. Come on, Anomaly.
Something keeps touching my leg in the water, and I don't know what it is. Can we just go into the cave now?
No, sure.
I just want you to have a good time. Wait, I think there's something down there.
Wait, Jason, don't trip. There's a... Jason?
How many times have they done this to people? How many times have they tried to possess people since 1943? I'm not sure I want to know, to be honest.
Oh, it says that the base first found the ghost's messages here.
I got an achievement, Adler Letters Part 2. The first transmissions from the lost soldiers were recorded here by a signal officer training new recruits. I heard about it soon after. Yes, word of the childlike, almost playful messages spread quickly, but the broadcasts were usually dismissed as an ongoing prank, faulty equipment, or AM stations bouncing off the Midland. However, after I successfully decoded one as a mayday from Calvin Gilbert, an electrician who perished on the USS Kanaloa, I knew it had to be something more. She spelled electrician wrong. Yeah, okay. Maggie Adler, not the best speller in the world. Huh. So Calvin seems relevant more than anyone else. Let's go to the Army or CS. There's probably a letter there too. Oh, that's where Jonas peed. Probably smells gross. Oh, it does cut out. I don't want it to
If
cut
you want
out.
directions, this, Golf, Uniform, India, Delta, Echo, can help.
Guide? What guide? Is it the tiger thing? No, I don't think so. Oh, it's under the signpost. There we go.
Maggie brought her friend Anna here to help, I guess.
When people in the comms department began transferring off, I was able to convince my higher-ups, including, coincidentally, one eventual army passenger on board the Kanaloa, Henry Griffin, to bring Anna on board as a replacement. Anna had been working in broadcasting, so it made enough sense to the upper ranks. Incidentally, when I dream, it is usually during this time period, amidst the change, and I'm trying to prevent Anna from ever coming. Wait, okay, so let me just figure out what this is saying to me. Able to convince one eventual army passenger on board the Kanaloa. Wait, what? So she was doing this... Am I just completely misunderstanding the entire situation? She was doing this before? Before the Kanaloa? Is that what she's saying to me? No, this is all after the Kanaloa. But then there's this and... one eventual army passenger on board the Kanaloa. That makes it sound like it's before the Kanaloa sunk. It's not making sense to me. But I only have 4 letters left. And one anomaly. I just want to make sure that I get all of this before I go down to the cave. So I want to get the full picture. And I think I'm pretty sure I saw a flashy light over by the big lighthouse thingy. So it's not a lighthouse. Don't know what to call
Under the
it.
ladder, below the Tango, Oscar, Whiskey, Echo, Romeo.
Well, thank you, Maggie. It's a tower. Now I know what to call it. I saw a flash of light as I was running past it earlier. Hello.
The communication school here taught them how to make codes.
Yeah, cookies. Recruits learned communications technology here, and several others learned code breaking, it's true, but due to my aptitude in math and mechanical engineering, I was assigned code making, specifically ciphers with which to conceal projects from even other government agencies. It was a job I grew increasingly uncomfortable with, but my keen interest in radio science had me pulling double duty as a comms officer. I remember one of the Kanaloa's engineers, Francis, calling me a radio woman. As far as he knew, it was my only job. So Maggie Adler was kind of not a spy, but she was helping spies, and she didn't like it. Yeah, so the electrician that the guy at the on the Kanaloa met at the wedding, they totally blew up the Kanaloa on purpose. And I think the people on the Kanaloa knew it. Because otherwise, why would they be going to all this trouble just to find some peace? Yeah, no, they totally knew about it. Okay, we're at the relay point.
A penny for a Whiskey, India, Cena, Hotel.
Wrong button. So it's down by the wishing well. And unless I missed, I don't think I missed it, but there should be an anomaly down here too. It is entirely possible that I may have missed it. But let's go get the letter first. I did miss it, I think. It is hard to spot, and then that'll be 12 out of 12 anomalies. Adler letter, here we go.
They, Maggie and Anna tried to bring the soldiers back in a cave.
Okay, after stealing equipment from this relay station, Anna and I enter the cave just before dawn to try and communicate directly with the crew of the USS Kanaloa. We successfully tuned into the source of the temporal tear and spoke, albeit briefly, to Henry Griffin, an SOC sergeant who died on the sub, but the power overwhelmed my dear Anna, and she was absorbed into its ridge. All that remains there now is the flickering hue of a partially open gate, a window to a perpendicular space that seemed to have augmented the submarine's call. But of all my regrets, perhaps the deepest is knowing Anna's last vision of me was of me fleeing from her in terror. So we're probably going to get to speak to Anna as well. We need to save all these people. Like, I know they've hurt us a lot, but if we can save them, then that's it, then it's the end. Yeah, I did miss this anomaly. Look, it's kind of blending into the background. IGN, you were right, it is hard to spot. Come on, give it to me.
Item 3.
Teddy also registered images on objects, places, and persons on magnetic tape, taking into consideration the impossibility of...
Item 3.
Teddy also registered images on objects, places, and persons on magnetic tape, taking into consideration the impossibility of...
Okay, so is that like the tapes that I used to reset time? It could be. I'm not sure yet. But I got an achievement for that. Ghost Story. So now that is 12 out of 12 anomalies. And I have how many letters left? Two letters left. And then we can get on with the main story. This one is probably just going to be entirely me finding letters and anomalies. But that's okay, because I'll probably upload 2 on the same day then. Because I do want to move on with the story, but at the same time I need to do everything! I'm a completionist, okay? It's in my soul, I have to find everything. Okay, campgrounds. Let's hear it, Maggie. If I can get you quickly.
For view at the cliffs. Lima, Echo, Foxtrot, Tango, Edge. A fine stop for view at the cliffs.
That's not Maggie's voice. Whose voice was that? Was that Henry Griffin? Is Henry Griffin the guy who likes the games, though? I can't remember. But whose voice was that? That was bizarre. That's the first one we've heard that wasn't in her voice, right? Unless there is that one. I should have listened to the one in town again. That sounded like Clarissa. Huh. Okay, over here. This is the thing that I thought looked like a ruined temple. There's a letter here, so it does have a purpose to it. Because I was wondering why there was nothing there. But there is something. I don't wanna... Oh, I just saw the flash of light that tells me yes, it's there. But I don't wanna... I'm really worried about everyone. I'm still... I hope we make it out of this okay.
Oh, Maggie thought that the way the ghosts can talk to us and vice versa is waves.
Yeah, we kind of figured that out by now. Radio waves. Anna and I frequently conducted tests at what was once the East Barracks here during the brutal winter of '51. Waves of any kind, radio, nuclear, electromagnetic, seemed able to pass through all existences under certain circumstances, which explained our ability to get sent from them. Communiques? I don't know how to pronounce that word. This might also justify the frequency of hearing one of the Canaloa's electricians' call signs, Calvin Gilbert, who come echoing through the relays. On April 4th, 1952, we would attempt to reverse the manifest breakdown and bring the soldiers back. That seems dangerous though, Maggie. I mean, if you brought them back. Oh, was that what the anomaly was? They didn't try to save them on tapes, did they? They're people. You can't save people on tapes. Huh. Okay. But they think that's the frequency of hearing the electrician's call signs was because he was communicating on the radio more often when he was on the Canalora, maybe? I'm not sure. Just one more letter to go. I wonder if that chair is still there by the creepy house. Oh, it isn't, because we were there already when Ren jumped. That was scary. Oh, and the impression of the ghost is still on the wall. How do they do that? Waves don't kick a football. Or a soccer ball. Waves can't do that, and waves don't do that on the wall either. What was that? This is more complicated than we think it's going to be. I can feel it. Come on, Jonas, don't be such a slowpoke. We're going to the bridge. The last letter is a hardened tower. Because I searched absolutely everywhere else, and this is the only place where it has to be. So, come on, Maggie. Tell us where the last letter is so we can uncover all your secrets.
Memories would fade. Without this, Papa, Lima, Alpha, Quebec, Uniform, Echo.
Well, I can see the flashing light. It's by the plaque.
Oh, she was working at the tower the morning they sank.
I was on watch duty in the tower when it happened, having just gotten back from an early leave for the reading of my father's will. For years I childishly blamed him for this too, his one last act against me. But it was nobody's fault or decision but my own. I'm sure it was Francis Salter who sent the Canalora's distress signal. It had been cut off, I still don't know why, and I hastily interrupted the garbled transmission as an attempt to jam radar. And so I sent back the guidebook recommendation to scout and bomb if necessary. What? Okay, so she told them to basically defend themselves. I'm thinking, I mean, she didn't tell the other submarine to bomb them, right? Yeah, I think that's what happened. Francis Salter was the guy at the wedding too, right? Which letter was that? It was Francis Salter's wedding. Yeah, the weapons technician of the Walter Roy was at Francis Salter's technician, and Salter was the one who sent the distress signal. That is interesting. No wonder it seems so strange to her. So now we have all the secrets. This is a government conspiracy then. And that is why the government owns a lot of the island, and why so much of it is protected. That definitely explains why Maggie Adler didn't want a tourist industry popping up.